Right, now let's get behind the headlines. We're going to discuss a business that might not at first glance set pulses racing, but still drives an ever-growing chunk of the global economy. Business process outsourcing. I can see you getting excited by that term. It's known as BPO for short. It involves paying another company to do some of your firm's less efficient tasks. Now, it can range from dealing with payroll right through to call centre services, sales and so on. The market is getting bigger and bigger. By 2020, the global outsourcing market is expected to be worth $220 billion worldwide. And one of the companies driving that growth is India's Intelenet. They employ 55,000 people in 8 countries in the world. They turn over $400 million a year. And Executive Chairman joins me now. Let's talk about what exactly you do. Give us an example of a kind of outsourcing you do.
So we basically provide middle and back office services to companies. And so, for example, if there is a customer who is seeking a mortgage from a bank, then they would just make an application for the mortgage. And we're the ones who really set up the account. We would underwrite the mortgage. We would do all the paperwork associated with legally getting the mortgage across. Then we would do the sanction and then manage the entire life cycle of the customer.
Are you doing that cheaper and more efficiently because your costs are smaller, because you're in another country where the costs are lower, because you pay people less because of that lower cost of living?
So there are two kinds of, the reason companies outsource is either to manage growth or they manage cost. That was the past. It has evolved over a period of time. People are now expecting us to know the business or their operations possibly better than what they have been doing. So they're expecting us to deploy more technology. They're expecting us to deploy more analytics. They're expecting us to deploy all the knowledge of the industry so that we can provide the services more efficiently, at a better cost structure, and more variabilized. So, for example, in their environment, all costs are fixed. When they outsource to us, they can variabilize. If the transactions go up, they pay us, they outsource more. If it goes down.
What you've just described is going to require quite a lot of capital investment. If you're talking about investing in your own technology, say, to take on some IT backup for an office, you're going to have to, and you want to be more efficient than the company itself, you're going to have to invest quite a lot of money, aren't you? Well, obviously you do.
We do. And I think what's happening is a lot of companies are realizing that whenever they do a digital transformation, it's a project which takes about 2 to 3 years, and possibly at the end of 3 years, it would possibly not serve the purpose because the markets have changed. What we do is we build a lot of systems around the core platforms that the customers have got. And these are typically tools which are more generic in nature. They can be easily applied to an environment in a very short period of time. Yes, there is a capital expenditure, but what we guarantee is an outcome.
So what you're saying there is that your customers may come in, stay with you for 3 years, and then go off because, say, job's done, moved on to the next market?
Not really. In fact, most of the relationship that we have is been there for about 10 to 15 years. And they expect over the 15-year period value to be kept on adding. So, for example, there was a phase in time where we were only replicating what our customers were doing. There was another phase where we were doing it more efficiently by things like Six Sigma, Lean, and those kind of stuff. Then there was a phase of time where we are now deploying technology to make it more efficient. And now what we do is what is called as intelligent servicing, which means we need to apply intelligence to ensure the outcome. Outcome could be growth, outcome could be better customer experience, outcome could be compliance, and a whole range of things. So,
fascinating. Yeah. Susir Kumar, I forgot to name check you at the beginning. That is your name? You're head of Intelenet. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Kumar.
No problem. Thank you.